Okay, so yesterday we were discussing molecular theory of surface tension. Surface tension is force per unit length. Okay, and surface tension, how can physically be defined? It is defined as the property of the liquid at rest to attain a minimum surface area. Okay, the liquid has a property, the liquid which is at rest has a property to attain a minimum surface area. This property we call it as surface tension. Okay, and due to this property it behaves like a stretched elastic membrane also. Okay. Now molecular theory we were discussing. So few terms here we have studied. Molecular range is the maximum distance up to which one molecule can attract the other molecule. Sphere of influence, if a sphere is drawn around the molecule, okay, whose radius is equal to the molecular range, such a sphere we call it as a sphere of influence. Surface film, a thin film drawn at the free surface of the liquid whose thickness is equal to molecular weight. Okay, so these terms we have studied. Now, using these terms, we will be discussing molecular theory of surface tension. So this is the surface film of thickness T, any liquid inside. So here we consider one molecule, let us name it as A, whose sphere of influence is completely inside the liquid. Okay, so its sphere of influence lies completely inside the liquid. That is the other molecules of attracting this molecule by equal force on either side. So the net force on this molecule is 0. Whereas the molecules which are on the surface film, let this is molecule B. This molecule will experience a net downward force. Okay. Also, any molecule which is on the surface film whose sphere of influence, some part of the sphere of influence is outside this surface film, they will experience a downward force. So all these molecules which are on the surface will experience a downward force. Okay, so here the forces, net force is 0. Now if this molecule has to be taken on the surface will, some work has to be done because these are experiencing some downward force. So some work has to be done, and this work will be stored in the form of potential energy in the liquid. Okay, so this work done will be stored in the form of potential energy. Okay, now if there are a large number of molecules, more the molecules on the surface will, more is the potential energy of this liquid. But a liquid at rest tries to attain a minimum potential energy. And how is it possible that the liquid at rest will have minimum potential energy? Less number of molecules should be there on the surface film. Lesser the number of molecules on the surface film, less will be the potential energy. Okay, why? Because the liquid at rest tries to attain minimum potential energy. So there should be less number of molecules. Less number of molecules means minimum will be the surface area, and this property we call it as surface tension. So this how, based on molecular theory, we can define surface tension. So draw this figure and continue writing in the same topic. Okay, where you were writing yesterday, some terms you have written, surface film, molecular range. Okay, draw the figure and write down. Okay, draw this figure. A molecule, name it as A, whose sphere of influence is inside. B and C, the sphere of influence is not completely inside the liquid. Why? Because they are on the surface film. Okay, so some part of the sphere of influence is outside. Okay, so these will be experiencing a net downward force. Okay, draw the figure. Now write down. Write down, consider a molecule capital A. Okay, we are naming the molecule as capital A. Consider a molecule capital A well inside the liquid. Well inside the liquid, that is its sphere of influence lies completely inside the liquid. Lies completely inside the liquid. So the net force on this molecule, so the net force on this molecule is 0. So the net force on this molecule is 0. Write down the molecules B and C. The molecules B and C which lie on the surface film, which lie on the surface film, which lie on the surface film, experience a net downward force, experience a net downward force. Write down. So a molecule taken from well inside the liquid to the surface film. A molecule taken from well inside the liquid to the surface film. Some work is done which is stored in the form of potential energy, which is stored in the form of potential energy. More the number of molecules on the surface film, more the number of molecules on the surface film, more is the potential energy of the liquid. More the number of molecules on the surface film, more is the potential energy of the liquid. But a liquid at rest, has minimum potential energy, which is only possible when there are less number of molecules on the surface film, when there are less number of molecules on the surface film. Less number of molecules on the surface film. Hence, the free surface of the liquid, tries to attain minimum area. Okay, minimum surface area, obviously. Minimum area, and this property is called as surface tension. Okay, so here we have explained surface tension on the basis of molecular theory. Okay, so on the basis of molecular theory, the surface tension we have explained over here. Okay, write down the next, surface energy. Next topic is surface energy. Okay, if we increase the area of if we increase the free surface of the liquid, some work has to be done. This work done is stored in the form of energy, which we call it as potential energy, or this potential energy we call it as surface energy. Okay, so we have to find out the expression of surface energy. surface energy. Okay, then we'll find its expression in terms of surface tension. Okay, first write down what it is, how we define it. Okay, write down heading surface energy. Write down the work done in increasing the surface area, the work done in increasing the surface area of a liquid surface, is stored in the form of surface energy. Okay, is stored in the form of surface energy. Okay, so in increasing the surface area of a free surface of a liquid, some work has to be done. This work done is stored in the form of surface energy. Okay, this work done we call it as the surface energy. Okay, now in order to find the expression of the surface energy, let us consider a rectangular frame of wire. ABCD is a rectangular frame of wire on which there is a sliding wire PQ. A sliding wire PQ of length L. Okay, sliding means this can be slided on the rectangular frame. Okay, so ABCD is a rectangular frame of a wire on which there is a sliding wire PQ of length L, and this wire can be slided on the frame. Okay, now this frame is dipped in a soap solution. This frame is dipped in a soap solution, so a soap film will be formed. BEQC. Okay, a soap film will be formed. Okay, a soap solution, when you dip it in the soap solution, a soap film will be formed. BEQC. Okay, now in this soap film, there is one free surface in the front and the other free surface is at the back. Okay, so there are two free surfaces. That is the liquid surface which is exposed to air. So one free surface is in the front and the other free surface will be at the back. Okay, so when this sliding wire is pushed outwards, the area of the film increases. Not only the front surface will increase its area, the back surface will also increase its area. Okay, so both the surfaces will increase its area. We'll come to it. Okay, first draw the figure. Okay, and which direction is the force of surface tension acting? It is acting in this direction, and we pull it outwards. We pull it outwards to a distance. Now the wire has come here P dash Q dash. So the area of the film increases. We pull it outwards with a force F. Okay, so that now the wire comes to a distance P dash Q dash. Now it comes to P dash Q dash. That is, it is moved to a distance X. P dash distance is X. Draw the figure and write two lines and we'll find its expression. Okay, draw a rectangular frame ABCD, a sliding wire PQ whose length is L. Okay, this is the surface tension which is trying to pull it inwards, paying tension to the free surface. Now the wire is pulled outwards to a distance X. Okay, now the sliding wire comes at the position P dash Q dash. It is pulled to a distance X. Draw the figure and write down. Write two lines, then we'll start. Okay, draw the figure. Now write. Consider a rectangular frame of wire ABCD. Consider a rectangular frame of wire ABCD on which a wire PQ, on which a wire PQ of length small l. A wire PQ of length small l can be slided, on which a wire PQ of length L can be slided. Write down, this frame is dipped in soap solution. This frame is dipped in soap solution. So a soap film is formed. So a soap film is formed which has two free surfaces. One in front and the other at the back. Which has two free surfaces, one in front and the other at the back. Write down, now the wire is pushed outwards, through a distance x. Now the wire is pushed outwards through a distance x, so that the area of the film increases. The area of the soap film increases. Write down, the work done in increasing the area. The work done in increasing the area is given by, we know that work is equal to F into x. Okay, now this force we have pulled it against the surface tension. Okay, we know that surface tension is equal to force per unit length. So this force which is acting against the surface tension will be equal to surface tension into the length. Okay, as there are two free surfaces, so what will you write here? 2L. Why 2L? Because there are two free surfaces. Okay, why is 2L? The front surface and the back surface. So that is why we have written it to be 2L. So this force is equal to surface tension into 2L into x. Okay, force we have written it as surface tension into 2L. So here you will write down as, okay, first write down work done is F into x, force surface tension into 2L, put it over here. Okay, write down, as there are two free surfaces, so 2L is taken. Can we write like this? Twice of L into x. Now what is this L into x? Is the area. Okay, L into x is the increase in area of the front surface. Twice L into x can be written as L into x plus L into x. The other L into x is the increasing area of the back portion of the back soap film. So twice L into x. Here 2L into x is the increase in area. Okay, what is it? It is the increase in area. Both the free surfaces will increase the area. So twice of L into x is the increase in area. So substituting it here, what do we get? S into delta. What is this delta A? Increase in area. Okay, write it down. And then you will write down where delta A here is. Delta A is increasing area of both the surfaces, increase in area, just write down increase in area. Okay, of both the films, one in the front and the other at the back. So delta A is the increasing area. Okay, now this work done in increasing the area will be stored in the form of potential energy, and this potential energy we call it as surface energy. So what is the expression of surface energy? Surface tension into the increasing area. Okay, so first write area, delta A is the increasing area. Okay, it is the increasing area of both the surfaces. Write down this work done. This work done is stored in the form of surface energy. Is stored in the form of surface energy. Hence, surface energy is given by. Hence, surface energy is given by S into delta A. So from here, surface tension is equal to surface energy per unit increasing area. Okay, or this can also be written as surface energy is work done per unit area. Work done per unit increasing area. Okay, so this work done is the surface energy. So surface energy is surface tension into the increasing area. So from here, surface tension is surface energy per unit increasing area, or you may say work done per unit increasing area. So how can we define from here surface tension? How can we define surface tension is the surface energy in increasing the area by unity. Okay, by increasing its area by unity, the surface energy will be, the surface tension is equal to the surface energy. Okay. Okay, or just write it like this. From here also you can check the unit and dimensions. You will get the same dimension of the surface tension, which is Newton per meter. Work done per unit area. Work as a unit. Joule is what? Newton into meter. Area has a unit, meter square. So again you will get the same unit of surface tension which we have discussed earlier, Newton per meter. Okay, written. Okay, now we'll see. If the liquid surface is curved, if the free surface of the liquid is curved, then on which side there is excess of pressure, on which side the pressure will be more. So write down excess of pressure when the liquid surface is curved. Okay, liquid surface, the free surface of the liquid, we also call it as meniscus. So excess of pressure when liquid surface, the free surface of the liquid or liquid meniscus is curved. It may be convex shape or it may be concave shape. Okay, first let us consider if the liquid surface is plane. Okay, here the liquid surface plane. Okay, here it is here. Above is there. When the liquid surface is plane, consider any molecule on the liquid surface. This molecule will be pulled by equal forces. If you are drawing an imaginary line, it is pulled by equal forces. So there is no excess of pressure on either side, not towards the air side, not in the liquid side. So the pressure will be the same at point A and at point B when the liquid surface is plane. Okay, so no excess of pressure. Pressure at point A will be equal to pressure at point B. No excess of pressure. Okay, now if the liquid meniscus is or the liquid surface is concave shape. Okay, some of the liquids they take a concave meniscus. Liquid surface is concave shape. Okay, again we consider one molecule. Now we know that the force of surface tension acts tangential to the free surface. So this is the force of surface tension. Okay, it is not so much concave shape, slightly concave, but here in order to explain it, here I have drawn. This is the force of surface tension at a molecule which is at the center. Okay, now this force of surface tension, it can be resolved in two components. Horizontal components cancel out. Vertical components are added up. Okay, now due to this force of surface tension, the liquid surface should be lifted in the upward direction. Some force of surface tension is acting, any force acting, this surface should be lifted upwards, but it is not so. It means there is some extra pressure which is acting in the upward direction, which is acting in the downward direction to balance this upward force. Okay, so the excess of pressure is acting over here. On which side? In the air side, in the downward direction. So the excess of pressure is in the air side, in the downward direction. Okay, if we look at this shape, what is this shape? This is concave shape. So the excess of pressure is acting towards the concave side. Okay, first let's see if the liquid surface is convex shape. Liquid surface is convex shape. Some of the liquids, they acquire a convex meniscus. Again, consider a molecule at the center. These will be the forces of the surface tension which are acting tangential to the free surface. Okay, so draw a tangent. So these are the forces of the surface tension. Again, horizontal components cancel out. Vertical components will be added up. Now, due to this force of surface tension, the liquid surface should move in the downward direction, but it is not so. It is at rest. It is in equilibrium. So it means there is some excess of pressure acting in the liquid side in the upward direction. So the excess of pressure is acting in the liquid side in the upward direction, which is balancing the vertical components of the surface tension. So that is why it remains stable. It remains in equilibrium. This liquid surface, it doesn't come down, it remains in equilibrium. So looking from this side, again this shape is concave. So whenever the liquid surface is curved, the excess of pressure acts towards the concave side. Okay, liquid surface plane, no excess of pressure on either side. But if the liquid surface is curved, the excess of pressure acts towards the concave side. So only this much you have to remember. No explanation is required. Okay, so draw the figure and first draw the figure and then you'll write one line about it. By the time I take your attendance, draw the figure, all the three figures. Okay, now which side excess of pressure? It is acting towards the concave side. Now this will use it in deriving the expression of excess of pressure inside a liquid drop. Okay, draw the figure. Now write down. If the liquid surface is plane, if the liquid surface is plane, there is no excess of pressure. There is no excess of pressure on either side. There is no excess of pressure on either side. Either means air and liquid side. Whereas if the liquid surface is curved, then excess of pressure, acts towards the concave side, Okay, so whenever the liquid submeniscus is curved, the excess of pressure looking from here also it is concave side, looking from here also it is concave side. So the excess of pressure is always towards the concave side. Only this much you have to remember. Okay, based on it, we'll find out the excess of pressure inside a liquid drop and in the air bubble and in the soap bubble. Okay, all this we'll do it tomorrow.